Okay, where are we? Oh, what's up, Mesa? I didn't see you come in. Thanks for joining. Oh yeah, so what I was explaining. Oh my goodness. By the way, we get distracted quite a bit here. Okay, so what I was explaining is why do I keep looking at the gemstone? It's because I am faceting the girdle here. So I'm trying to get this cut right here, this yellow cut, to meet right here at this facet line right there. So as I cut it, it slowly comes in, and then I stop once I hit. Whoa, 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 whoa! That's overcutting. Hold on. Once I hit that line there. So let me actually show you in real time here what it looks like. What's up, Lazy Mountain? How you doing, dude? Thanks for joining. That should be on 86. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my loop. Let me just clean it off here real quick. I'm going to put my loop up here and show you. First, I got to find it. Where am I? There it is. Okay. Okay, so take a look here. So this is what it should look like. You see where it meets right there, and the whole thing's nice and level? That whole thing's nice and level. So now, if this facet that's coming to a point here, look at the other side. Alright, you see how that's not quite level? You see how that looks a little off right there? So I just got to cut that a little more to get it up there. So yeah, that's why you see me keep taking a look at the stone, because I'm seeing how much more I got to cut away. Does that make sense? The fam and I have been doing very well, thank you. Today, Sebastian had his first full day of not being grumpy. He only got grumpy when he got tired. That's it. Jennifer, everyone says that. It's okay if you're new. We all started out not knowing anything about this. Ask whatever you want. I literally cannot talk about this stuff with anyone but you guys. Because all my friends and family tell me to shut up. So please ask all the questions you want. I am a jeweler. This is a self-taught skill. I'm also a bench jeweler, so I do jewelry also. That I was taught by multiple different jewelers on how to do that. Now I actually own my own company that does jewelry and jewelry repair and gem cutting. Yeah. What's up, Window Biscuits? How you doing, dude? I do have a shop. Yes, I have a, here you go, exclamation website. Thanks for asking. What a strange mushroom you found, my friend. What? Yeah, right, Flubbles? I am jewel crafting, yes. Yes. Thanks, dude. Oh yeah, gotta make sure. Okay, we got a little bit more to go. So that's why you keep seeing me stopping and picking up, because I want to make sure that this is nice and even here. Okay, we just got like a hair more to go. Just a hair. A little more than a hair. Yeah, I'm just so like, I don't know what's the word. I'm just so passionate about this, you know? I love it. I literally cannot get, even in video games. In video games, I focus on doing the jewelry and gemstone stuff, just so I can see how accurate the video game depicts it. You were showing your girlfriend a 4-carat ruby, and she was like, okay, I don't care about your shiny rocks. But not a lot of people in the world will be able to hold and play with a Burmese ruby like this. She just rolls, I know, right? I show my wife stones, I'm like, look at this. She looks at it. She's also a jeweler, too. Keep that in mind. So, she sees the stuff all the time, right? She kind of knows what she's looking at. So she picks up, she says, yeah, that's pretty. There you go. I'm just like, oh, I just spent 10 hours making that. It's devastating. Well, I mean, let's see. Sandy and I have been together. We've been married for 8 years. And we've been together for, what, 13? 12 or 13 years? I think 13 years. So, I mean, I understand where she's coming from. I mean, when there's one that she really likes, then she gets a little excited. But other than that, nope, she's just... she's tired of my stones. Because, I mean, you also got to keep in mind... that I'll sit there and be like... did you know tourmaline forms in magma pockets? Like, okay, so here's what happened. Here's why tourmaline has multiple colors. All right? So the tourmaline forms... And say it's forming pink, and then all of a sudden the pocket cracks and loses pressure, and then all of a sudden all this cold water comes rushing in and cools down the pocket, and that's why the tourmaline kind of cracks, but it also brings in all these new minerals, and then the pocket gets magma flowing over it again, which seals it, and which then makes it really hot, and then all that steam creates pressure, and then the crystal starts forming in green. Because now there's the trace element of this. And it's just like, she's like, I don't care. You know? So that's like, that's what I'm always talking about. So I'm very happy to have a son who is going to, or rather a kid, regardless if they're who they are, just a kid that I can ideally... pass some of that knowledge on to, regardless if he likes it or not. You asked your girlfriend at the time what kind of diamond would you like. She is just like, around 1 carat oval. She's like, I don't care if it's lab grown or natural. I'm just like, I mean, okay, I'm not against lab grown diamonds simply because I deal with lab-grown gemstones all the time, and I have nothing against those. They're beautiful, and I can do a lot with them to make them, like, the designs show through. So I would like to see more unique cuts done with lab-grown diamonds because they are more inexpensive, you know? I'd love to see more of, like, less of the traditional cuts and more of the unique stuff. You know? Because you're not wasting... all that labor and stuff if something doesn't turn out. I think that'd be great. What's up, Everlasting Brush Strokes? How are you doing, dude? Thanks for joining. Sandy gonna have both of you going about yes, right? As one of the friends and family, it's interesting because we think it's cool, but we don't think it's as cool as you do. Some approach to when I talk about disc golf, I reckon you get excited about me getting excited, but at the end of the day, we're just talking to each other. Yes, exactly. The whole magma flowing over rocks and creating chemical reactions and patterns is awesome, though. Yeah, like, I think that's super interesting. Hey, man! Everlasting brushstrokes, 100%! I mean, I'd love to cut a stone for you. I love faceting so much, just because, like, I am literally making something that is going to outlive me. You know, what I'm making has so much meaning behind it, and it's just, yeah, I don't know, it's really interesting to think that, you know, like, I'm creating something that is going to be a legacy. And like, I've done stuff for people around the world. I've done stuff for people in Australia, the UK, Japan. I've done where else have I done? Iceland, and some other places too. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Jennifer, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate the support, dude. And I mean, that's also how I feel about when it comes to what do you call it? When it comes to jewelry too, like when I'm repairing it, I am touching something that has so much meaning to a person and could potentially get passed down, you know, and I am helping to preserve this piece for a family that might last generations, you know. And I don't know, that's just when I think that, I just think that that's just, whoa, so cool, so cool. Sign up with Lightbox by De Beers. They are looking for jewelers that want to specialize in lab-grown diamonds. Oh, really? It's called Lightbox? But I don't really sell stuff. Like, I'm just a bench jeweler. I don't have a storefront. I don't plan on so where's by De Beers, okay. So I plan, when I do open up a storefront, which I'm guessing will be a couple of years from now, I plan on doing just repair and custom, like custom gems and CAD stuff. It's kind of my goal. And repair of it. Did I say repair? I think I did. You keep showing your friend my website? Well, thanks, man. You know what? That is the best way that you can support a small business, is by word of mouth. Just tell people. If you have an awesome experience somewhere or with someone that owns a business, just talk about it. Any chance you get, talk about it, post it on social media, because it means so much. When I see someone mention me, I melt with pride and with just so much gratefulness, you know? It's awesome. You're just trying to think of a good one that isn't standard thing you could pick up anywhere. Yeah, really good songs tonight, right? Will my shop be called Ryan? Yes, it will. It will be called Ryan 56K. I mean, if you literally Google Ryan 56K, which actually today I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what I should do? I should just make a bunch of stickers, like bumper stickers, that says Google Ryan 56K, and then underneath it in kind of smaller text, it would say, it's pretty cool. And just like send those out with all my merchandise and just anything else. Because if you Google Ryan 56K, I am on like the first 3 pages of Google. And I feel like that would be a pretty good marketing thing too. Dude, green diamonds are gorgeous. Actually, teal moissanite. If you have not seen colored moissanite, whoo, teal moissanite is absolutely phenomenal. Oh, I love it. It's so beautiful. You wanted to be a gemologist, still have time, so hopefully, yeah, dude, do it up. Yeah, they make colored moissanite. Yeah, here, let me see here. Hold on, we're getting distracted again, guys. Maybe we won't get to the sapphire tonight. Okay, let's see here. There we go. All right, so this is my website, right. So if you go here to browse jewelry, just click on anything, bridal or whatever. You can actually come. I think you can come under gemstones here, or we can shop moissanite. And look, these are all the colors moissanite comes in: blue, green, yellow, brown. It's like brownish orange, black, pink, teal. Dude, the teal moissanite is absolutely stunning. So moissanite is also a naturally occurring gemstone. We just have not found any naturally occurring crystals that are big enough to facet. So we, same thing with cubic zirconia. Cubic zirconia is naturally occurring also. Again, we just haven't found any that are big enough. I really like the emerald cut ones. These are really, really, really pretty. I'm telling you right now, they are gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. You mean they haven't found its natural spawn place? They have found traces of this is what the blue one looks like. Oh, it's really dark. It's a lot darker than I thought. They found traces of it, but they're like minuscule crystals. So yeah, there's a ton of different color moissanites. I wonder what black looks like. Look at that one. Woo! That's like a citrine on steroids. Look at that rainbow in there. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, we gotta get that cut in here, guys. Jeez. Did you guys see it? There's a new Jackbox game out. I gotta pick that up. Okay. Let's just, let's minimize this, Ryan. Okay, so we're back at 43.2 degrees. We are at 21. 2, 3, 4. Now what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna polish this. Now, apatite's a little difficult to polish because it's so soft. So if I put a lot of pressure on it, my polishing wheel will literally scratch it. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna go kind of slow. We're just gonna put minimal pressure on here. Now I'm using 100,000 grit here to polish up these facets. I'm wondering if I think I gotta do a 14K first. I was wondering if I could just jump straight to the 100K, but I think I gotta do a 14K first, and then we can jump down to 100. So I'm gonna set this back over here. We'll do our 14K on our perfect. Before we start, I'm actually gonna wipe this off. Got a little cleaner here. I'm gonna put a little bit of cleaner on here. And the reason why I'm doing this is because if there are other, what do you call it? Gem fragments on here that are harder than the apatite, which everything I cut is, then it could scratch it. So we're just gonna do this. This will help get up all the diamond paste that's already on here, and anything else. So normally I'd take a toothbrush and some hot water and soap to this, But this will be a little quicker for the stream. Maybe it will. I don't think I've used my Zinc Plus wheel in a little while. You ended up going with moissanite because it was lab cheaper and you liked the look better than diamond. Yeah, moissanite is double refractive, which means that it reflects more like colors, so it splits the light beam when it enters it, and that's how you get the rainbow. That's also how you can kind of tell the difference between diamond and moissanite too, is because diamonds won't have that rainbow to it because they don't split the light into its spectrum like moissanite does. So moissanite's really, really cool. Looks like a pottery wheel. Yeah, I suppose it basically is. Except for there's diamond on it, and that's what gives it its abrasiveness. What's the RPM of that thing? What's up, Banrock? I mean, I can change the RPM to different things. I don't remember. I always ask this. Sibis? I think Sibis remembers or knows. Sibis, what's the RPM per number on the Facetron? Or Yar? Is Yar around? Yar normally knows. Yar's probably cutting a gemstone right now, actually. I don't remember max RPM either. I'm sorry. It goes fast. But for this, I'm going to use a slower RPM just because it's a softer stone than what I normally use. So right now, what I'm doing is I put some lube on here, and I put a 14,000 grit diamond paste. And what this is going to do is it's going to shine up the facets. It's going to make them nice and high polish, like a mirror finish. Basically, we're putting on some really high quality scratches. Okay, we're just gonna put some super high quality scratches on here. Less than an angle grinder. Your diamond scathe turned at 3,000 RPM. Stoked to see this done. So we're only gonna get halfway done because this is the bottom of the stone. We are working on what's called the pavilion. Oh yeah. I haven't explained this once tonight at all. By the way, for those of you that are joining, this is an apatite. Apatite, you can type exclamation apatite, and A-P-A-T-I-T-E, and that'll give you a little bit of information on the stone. But it's a very soft stone, and it's also the stone that defines the 5 on the Mohs hardness scale. Oh, there we go. Ooh, yeah. Get all that oil off there, make sure it's good. Nope, you gotta go a little more. Gotta go a little more. But apatite's a beautiful stone. Very, very beautiful. If it goes too fast, it would make heat. You can't imagine that would be good. Well, that's what the lube is for. And when I'm actually cutting, it has water going on it constantly too. Like a constant water drip. Yo, what's up, Zoo at Asylum? Oh my gosh. How you doing tonight, Zoo? Thanks for joining. Okay, so I pushed a little too hard, and I think I scratched it a little bit. So I'm just going to spread out the diamond paste a little bit more. I'm going to see if I can get this scratch out. Or we hit an occlusion, one or the other one. Or one or the other. So this is the hard part of cutting the softer stones, is if you push too hard while you're polishing, you can actually scratch it instead of polish it. Yeah, I think that's an occlusion to hit. All right, 75. Yeah, oh yeah, so what I was saying is we're currently working on the bottom of the gemstone. The bottom of the stone is called the pavilion. And then you got the midsection of the stone, which, like on a person, is called the girdle. The girdle of the stone is what gives it its shape, just like on a person. I wonder if I need to take this down a little more with like a 3,000. Because I went from 600 to 1,400. Or it's scratching. One or the other. I'm going to go like this. We're going to put on a little more. Actually, no. Here's what we're going to do. So let me show you. Let me show you what's going on. This is why I'm thinking I might have to go... I might go drop down to my 3,000. And then come back and we'll try polishing again. A diamond will get hot enough to cause nasty burns if touched. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Okay. Take a look here. Okay, so here's our stone. Here's our polished facet. So you see those little scratches on there? I think those were caused by the polishing wheel. Same with the other side here. This side's not so bad because I didn't push so hard. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back through, we're going to redo these facets on a 3,000 grit wheel, and then we'll come back with our 14,000. And this time I'll probably run upstairs and wash it off real quick before we go. So let's go ahead and take this off. 3,000 is right here. How long have I been doing this? Did you have to cut many to get your technique down? The cut's done well. I've been doing this for about 15 years. And it has taken a lot of practice. Basically what happens is you learn little techniques and you really get to know your machine. That's the biggest thing, is kind of learning your machine. So like, yeah, I guess I've learned a lot of little things from cutting a lot of different materials. Like if this is happening, then this is probably the cause of it, and so on. I've also, since I've started streaming, we have a lot of stone cutters that are actually in here right now that are watching, that have given me lots of advice. And 2, 3, 4. And I always say, no matter how long you've been doing something, you gotta always take advice. Even from someone that's never done your craft before. You gotta 100% think about if what they're saying could be a better option, or like literally just think about that process and ask yourself if it could be better. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've learned stuff from apprentices when it comes to goldsmithing. 75. When it comes to doing bench work, because they literally asked me, like, hey, what if we did it this way? And I'll be like, you know what? Let's try it, you know? Sometimes it works better than like what I was doing originally, or it's more efficient. And sometimes it's not. So yeah, I really appreciate all the input from everyone. That includes like when we've designed gemstones. Like we've made a bunch of gemstone designs too, and people have given input and suggested stuff, and we've made some pretty cool stuff. Power of the internet. Yes. People just don't think like that much anymore. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot. I mean, a lot of people are just kind of set in their ways. Like I said, I do a lot of bench work, right? So I do a lot of jewelry repairs and stuff like that. And what I do works well for me. However, when I'm teaching someone, I always tell them that they... Which facet am I cutting right now? 27. Oh, I better go back to this. I always tell them that they need to learn from multiple people if they're going to be successful. Because that is how you... that's how you get better at what you do, is by trying different things and different techniques and all that. I don't know. Now I'm just rambling. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm cutting that one. Okay. Weird. What? Oh, that is weird. Okay. I dig it. Sounds like some great advice. Just always be open, man. When someone suggests something, like, I feel like it's human nature, because it happens to me too, to just be like, no, that doesn't work, or you don't want it to work, you know? For some reason, sometimes that just happens, where you just instantly want to shoot down an idea, and I don't know why. I don't know what causes that. I think it's just instinct, or society. And trying to train yourself not to have that, like, reaction is a positive change, because it'll help you make more connections in your neural pathways if you can start thinking about stuff from someone else's point of view. Enamel is in season? Man, I can't say I've ever done enamel. I've had people ask me if I do enamel, but I've never actually done enamel. It's not, I imagine it's not too difficult. I'm going to go 42.7. Because you just kind of fill it in, and then you use a light to help it, yeah, and then you just use a light to help it harden, right? Maybe I have messed with it, like, once. Once in a blue moon. Can crack and break, yeah, 32. I'm also trying not to push too hard on this, because I don't want this to put deep scratches into my stone. But yeah, I started learning CAD because obviously, if my company is going to be doing customs, I have to know how to do CAD. Let me tell you what, though. There's not a ton of good tutorials out there for that stuff. It's really hard to find good tutorials. Especially because, like, I'm using Rhino with Panther. So yeah, it is hard to find some good stuff. Luckily, I found someone that's willing to help me out, and they know how to use CAD software. So we're gonna kind of. Oh, guys, this is obnoxious. It's like, ooh, we might just put this aside. We might put this aside. It's peeling. It's peeling some little chips out of the stone. My 3000's damaging the stone. I'm barely putting any pressure on it. I'm basically just kind of letting the weight of my fingers be the pressure. What's up, Ark? Rhino isn't hard, but you have to learn how to do it parametrically. So, but I got Panther, which is like the jewelry plugin, which kind of makes it a little more mainstream, which I like. Oof. All right, I'm setting this aside. Yep, setting this aside. What's up, Curated? Curated? I'm gonna call you Curated if you don't mind, or do you prefer Curated? You think with Rhino, once you get the basics down, isn't too bad? That's what everyone keeps saying. I know, it's so soft. I've cut fluorite and been okay, and that's softer than apatite. This apatite's bothering me. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to cutting a sapphire. All right, sapphires are significantly more friendly. So here's what it looks like so far. Beautiful blue, beautiful. Sorry, we don't get to see the final polish on it, but it's just not cooperating at the moment. Curated, or curated. It's a play on your last name. Oh, sweet. You're a CAD designer that's worked with Matrix for 6+ years. Super excited seeing Panther enter the field. Yeah, dude. So, like I said, I'm a goldsmith as well. And hold on. Okay, so I'm a goldsmith as well, and I own my own company doing jewelry repairs. And because we don't have CAD or anything, we've just been doing hand fabricated stuff. But I want to get into the CAD and the printing and stuff just because it's more cost efficient, you know, for me and clients. So I want to be able to do that, and that trying to learn it with no guidance is, whew, it's hard. It is hard. Yeah, but I found someone that is proficient also in Matrix and wants to learn Panther. So they said that they will basically kind of teach/learn along with me. Awesome, dude. So what kind of stuff do you design in CAD? Okay, so by the way, what we're going to be doing now is faceting this sapphire right here. Beautiful blue sapphire. Now, you may see that up here on this side is kind of clear, and down here is a really dark blue. That's because, for some reason, probably for money costs, when you buy synthetic sapphire, which is lab-created sapphire, it is grown with the color being on essentially the rind of the stone. So when we cut it, let me show you. When we cut it, come on over here, Tom. to the CAD software I know how to use. This is CAD software that you use to design gemstones, by the way, Created. Does Panther change the workflow by a lot, or is it more of a rendering plugin? It changed. I don't know. Yes, 100% Created. Yeah. So this is gemstone design. Arc, I don't know enough about it. All I know is that Panther kind of like streamlines some commands, or a lot of commands rather, that are focused on making jewelry, where through the Rhino engine, I guess, if that makes sense. Yeah, so let me here. I'll do this is for you, Curry. We'll do a new one, okay? Okay, so here's our rough gemstone right here, right? And so what we do is first we choose our material. Let's do an amethyst, because amethyst is very pretty, right? So here's what our amethyst looks like if it was just a cube. Now what we got to do is we got to cut the pavilion. The pavilion is the bottom of the gemstone. So right here's where we choose our angle. So we'll say because critical angle. So gemstones also have. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, thank you, Art. Thank you. Before we get on to this topic, I get distracted a lot when I start going. Okay, so we are going to start cutting a sapphire, and we're going to be cutting a created sapphire, and you'll see that the dark blue color is just right there on the rind of the stone, and down low there is kind of a lighter color, which is where you get kind of like this very, very light bluish white color. So what I have to do to be able to get the stone to be that full blue color, and this happens with natural gemstones too, when you have what's called color zoning, and maybe it's darker purple in an amethyst in one spot and really light in another, and you really want to bring out that dark purple. So what we do is we have to position. So here, let me open up. Where are we? Zelda. Our rupee. So we're gonna be cutting this here. So let's turn this into a sapphire. Boom. So this is what it's gonna look like when we're done, right? But how do we get the whole thing to look this blue? How do we get it to look this nice deep blue that we want when we only have this tiny bit of color? And you see, you already saw with the other one, we have to cut it to a point on the bottom of the stone, right? So all this blue is gonna get cut out, right? You can do the blue on top, which I believe Aria, who's a really big name in the gem cutting world, has tried that and has had some success with it. But what you normally want to do is you want to position the color in what's called the culet. The culet on the stone is the very point of the stone. And the reason for that is because what you want is for the light to literally go in, bounce through the color, and come back out to your eyeball with that color. So then, yes, it reflects back through the top. Because the way that gemstones work, and what gives them sparkles, is their angles. Okay, so like if I take some light here and I go right here and I go boom. Okay, that's a bad example. And I go boom. Okay, perfect. You see how the light enters, bounces through the bottom here, and comes right back out the top to your eyeball. This is what makes a gemstone sparkle. Now, if you have a spot on the gemstone where, let's see if I can get it to do it. Oh, okay. So if you have a spot on the gemstone where it comes like this and it bounces all over the place and out the side down here, that is often called either a window or called a extinction, where it looks like the absence of light. So, but if you only had all sparkle, the gemstone would not be very interesting to look at, right? So you can really play around with that. So like when you see right here where there's black, 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 that's called extinction. That's where it gives the view of the absence of any light in there. Oh, I don't know, Wobbles. You can do some cool stuff. So that's why we're going to position that blue from the rind on the bottom of the gemstone. So, I want to show you some cool stuff that you can do with extinction here, okay? I have a Star Wars thing right here. So this is extinction right here. This is where the light appears to be gone. And right here is called windowing. This is where the light literally, let's look here. Tools, light, fire ray, right here. You see how the light literally just passes right through the stone. And what this does is it gives it some dimension. So this is supposed to be the Star Wars Empire emblem. And actually, if we take a look at this, I actually have this faceted in, what do you call it? Smoky quartz, right here. So here, let me show you real quick. Come over here. Hold on, things are getting in the way. Okay. So there, you see how the extinction really brings out the design of the stone. So yeah, it really brings out the design of the stone a lot. Yeah, isn't that cool? Rebuild a custom cut gem and CAD in order to build a setting for it. Yeah. A jeweler, appraiser, manufacturer, and diamond supplier. That's awesome, Flubbles. One day I wish I hope to be like you. That's it. Jewelry school's tomorrow. So, in the CAD, let's not open, let's just go new. Let me show you real quick here. This is for you, Curry. So what were we going to do? We're going to do amethyst, right? Yeah. So, all stones have what's called a refractive index. This is the way, what a refractive index is the way that the light interacts with the material that it goes through. So, quartz, which is amethyst, their refractive index is 1.54, whereas a ruby has 1.76. So if we do a design for quartz, it may not translate properly to a ruby without us adjusting some angles to make the light reflect how we want. So let's go ahead and do amethyst. So the way that this program works is just uses ray tracing, really. So over here we choose our angle. The critical angle for quartz is between like 41 and 42, so we'll just do 42. And then right here's our symmetry. How many cuts do we want to be on there? Let's go ahead and go with 12. And we'll come in like this. So now it cuts 12 of them right there in a little cut. So this is what it looks like if we just leave this just like this right now. And then what we want to do, now we want to kind of, let's do a round stone. So we'll go 90 degrees for the girdle. We'll go like this, except for, I don't want it to be that symmetrical. Let's do something cool and drop down to like 6. Yeah? Then we'll come in like that. Look at that. That's kind of cool, right? So now we got double these facets compared to the sides here. So I kind of like that. So now, let's see. Now we just kind of fiddle around, right? So this spot right here, see this little dot here? This tells us where, this is basically our cutting lap. This thing right here is the lap. This is what actually cuts the stone. Seeing how this program works, you don't think CAD will give you too much trouble? I don't know, man! I've got the free 90-day trial and 30-day trial of Panther and Rhino, and I am losing my mind trying to figure it out. So now we're gonna come in here. We're just gonna kind of cut this down a little bit. Now, when we cut this, you see how we are creating this window here. So we got to adjust that. So except for remember, we have a very, very small kind of window of how that works. So how about we come back here and we go reset. Let's go like this. Let's edit this. Let's adjust this angle to be like kind of a little deeper. Let's go like 48 degrees. That looks kind of cool, right? And now we can come in here at like 41.5 and cut. And maybe we'll drop this down to 6. And I kind of like a star pattern in here, but let's make it kind of like ooh. We'll say jump. Jumping will actually put us at a meet point down here. So look at that. It just kind of gives us like this really neat looking design here, like that. This is basically just arraying a cutting object and doing a live Boolean cut. I don't know what that means. So now we'll say, okay, I like how this looks. Cool. So now we'll go to the crown. Now the crown is like we're magnifying what the bottom looks like. So we'll just kind of drop it in here. We'll go like this to make our girdle here. Now let's adjust this angle a little bit. So we'll add a meet point here. Cool. And then we can adjust the girdle without worrying about, ooh, there we go. Look at that. I like how this reflects right here. Because look at that. Now we get these really cool lines in this reflection. You see those lines? I like those lines right there. That gives it a lot of depth as far as a cut. Now, a lot of gem cutters will lose their minds if they saw this because this girdle's not even. You see all this thickness here? A lot of traditional gem cutters hate that, but I'm not traditional. Now, let's say, let's go ahead and drop down to 3. Why not? Let's go. Let's see what we can do here. Maybe we can give this something interesting in the center. We could go like this. Now we can also mirror it. You see how that splits it? And then this will actually make it a little like kind of wider. So let's go like that maybe. Let's adjust this angle. We're gonna go ahead and add meat here, so then we can just play with the angle and not worry about how we're cutting it. Oh, there we go. Look at that. That's kind of cool. See this? Now we got this really cool thing here. Now we're going to put a table on it. You don't always have to put a table on it, but I think this will look better with a table. So then we'll just go jump, jump. There's our table, cut. There's our gemstone right there. Now what I could do is I could literally just follow these instructions right here and go and cut the stone. And it'll look very, very close to this. Now, if we don't like this, there's actually a lot of other kind of cool tools where we can go manual optimizer, and this kind of like shows you different options of how things work, and then this graph tells you the windowing and the extinction and other stuff. So like I could be like, I really like this group here. Right? I can do that. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I gotta be like that. There we go. And then it kind of narrows it down. I'll be like, I like those better. Then I'll be like, okay, I like these 4 better. And it just keeps kind of narrowing it down. Oh yeah, like, look at that. That thing's got like some teeth in the triangle. The triangle's really prominent inside this triangle. Like you can just do a lot of really cool. That graph tells me to throw this design where it belongs. Whatever, Sibis. Yeah, so, and you can do a lot of really, you can do a lot of really cool stuff with this, as well as, like, let's see, I'm very proud of this. We made, where is it? The dog. There it is. We made an actual dog head. And I faceted this, and it came out perfect. It looks great. How would you go about making an asymmetrical design? Like a lion face. Oh, that is something that we would do here, like this. So I'd have to, it's literally just like playing around with it and trying to figure it out. But it can be done. I'll get it done. It's actually my thing for this weekend. Okay, so anyway, now we're gonna cut a Legend of Zelda rupee out of a sapphire, and that is how you that is how you facet, or that is why we place the dark color on the bottom of the gemstone when we cut it. Also, Curry, thank you so much for the follow, dude. I really appreciate the support. Thank you. All right, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, we got to change out the gem we're cutting here, obviously. Browse. Boom. There we go. All right, so let's go. So what I'm gonna use here is, this is a 100 grit lap. You can see the diamond on it. So what these are called laps. When those sapphires are made, do they come out in a cylinder? They do, except for they also kind of break in half. Let me show you. Get distracted again. Now don't laugh, okay? They are a little suggestive, okay? This is called a boule, right here. This is supposed to be like Montana blue sapphire, but this is what it looks like. Don't bully the boule. Yeah, this is supposed to be Montana blue. Montana blue. It does look like glass. I mean, most gemstones look like glass, right? Kinda Montana blue? Well, this is number 31, which is supposed to be like the close Montana blue coloring. I mean, sapphires come in every single color. Oh. Alright, so again, these are called laps. Laps have diamond on them that give them the different grit. And so we're going to use a really aggressive one just to shape the stone, and then we'll drop down. Just like with normal sandpaper, we'll drop down to finer and finer and finer grit. Alright? Alright. So first off, we got to go 39.5. 3. 39.5. So this is actually a design that I made myself. We made this on stream, didn't we? I'm pretty sure we did, if I recall correctly. How deep will the sapphire be? It'll be pretty deep, actually. We're trying to make a 9x4 here. This is Ryan's rupee. I don't know why, but that reminded me of the Herkimer diamonds you used to go hunting for. Yeah, we actually have someone in our community that mines Herkimer diamonds. Herkimer? I like saying that a lot. And they sent me one, and I really want to... I have a Sailor Moon design. Sailor Moon's an anime that I was a fan of when I was younger. This is also going to be kind of loud because it's really aggressive. Yeah, there's a design that I made that I want to use that for. So again, this is just going to get us to basically the point where we need to be, so that we're not spending a... Because sapphire is really hard. It's a really hard stone, so it takes a long time to cut. So we're just cutting this down to where we need it, so that we can come in with our smoother laps and not spend an atrocious amount of time actually faceting. Yeah. Flame Fusion, Spinel is... Oh, yeah. I have some of that, too. Let me show you the Spinel.
Ryan, just finish what you're doing.
I actually have two of them. I have a light one right here. Here's a full bool. And here's my darker one. My camera doesn't like blues, but yeah. Epic music demands it. I don't know where I got these, but yeah. Wait, Sibus, didn't you send me one of these? I'm pretty sure you sent me this one. I'm pretty sure you did. How many stones do you usually cut from something that size? It all depends on, I guess it depends on the design and how big they want it. You know, like those bools of sapphires, I've gotten a lot of sapphires out of them. Out of that, I could probably get, let me think here. I'll probably get about, I could probably get like 12 stones out of that. Depending on size, obviously. Especially because the color goes all the way through. So, that is a plus. Can I show off your rupee? I think it's over there. I'd have to take a look. One moment, let me get through this and then we will. But yeah, with all the other colored sapphires, like the colored bools, for some reason the color goes all the way through, just not with the dark blue. Or is it just blue in general, I guess? I've only ever cut the dark blue one. No one wants the light blue. When you first started cutting, you cut a few spinel bools into large stones using the entire bool. They were popular, but time-consuming to cut. Yeah, that's the other thing. The bigger the stone, the longer it takes to actually facet it. Because you have a bigger surface area that you have to cut and polish. And it is, let's just say it's not fun. Oh, Sibis, you know why? Why? Why are the blues like that? Oh, good, dude. This is, like I said, this is my passion, and I believe in teaching, and I'm glad I'm able to teach you guys something new and educate you, especially because when you decide to, if you ever do, to go out into the world and buy some gemstones or jewelry that have gemstones, you'll know a little bit more about what you're doing. Really? Oh, that's interesting. That's actually really interesting. Alright, we gotta go deeper. But you can heat a piece at 1600 for 6 hours and the color will go all the way through the boule. But it makes it slightly lighter color. Wow. Especially since you weren't able to take the history of gemstone class in school, since it wasn't offered the years you took it. Well, good. I'm glad we can help. So yeah, now we're working on a sapphire. So if we go exclamation corundum, there's a little information on sapphires for you. Dude, gemstones are just so interesting, like how they form, what like trace elements give them color. I don't know. I just think all that stuff's really cool. Tom Tivol. I have not heard of them. If I wanted to find, say, a green diamond as a random non-jeweler, is it better to source one uncut somehow, or just go through a jeweler? I'd say just go through a jeweler. Most colored diamonds in the stores are irradiated, which means they're treated to have that color. So, like, I can get green diamonds, but if you get one that's not cut, you're going to be spending an arm and a leg to get it cut. And you're also gonna have a hard time finding someone to actually fasten it for you. But yeah, they're mostly treated. You can get blue, purple, yellow, brown, all that. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Here, yeah. I think you saw my website. Feel free to shoot me a message on there. I'm better at responding from my website. Especially with life right now, with how busy work's been. Work and having a new baby. I have a 3-month-old now. I can't believe it's already been over 3 months, technically. Yeah, it's crazy. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Oh, he's not tiny. He is not tiny. He is, let's see, I just took him to the doctor today because he's getting his teeth in, and we wanted to rule out an ear infection because he's been tugging at his ears. I took him to the doctor, and they weighed him and measured his height. He is 16.5 pounds, and he is 26 inches tall. He's over 2 feet tall at 3 months. There was like a 6-month-old there that was the same size as my 3-month-old. It's insane. Yeah. Well, he's not even like bit. Here, let me show you. Let me show you, okay? Let me just grab a quick pic off my phone here and just hold it up to the camera. If I've got I don't know if there's actually any in here that'll show his size. But here he is. He's adorable. If my camera will ever focus. Doesn't want to focus. But yeah, that's him. Super cute. Yeah, my baby's got a large girdle. I'll show you one more. This is more recent. Get my head out of there. But yeah, he's already like, he's sitting up, he's standing, he wants to walk. He's not laughing yet. We're hoping he laughs soon. Oh, Jennifer, I can help you out, man. I got you. A little non-traditional. More the look, yes. How old? He's 3 months. He is 3 months old. I remember when mine was quiet. Now he never shuts up. Yeah, only 3 months, dude. He came out holding his head up, which was crazy. He even ran before you walked. He looks like, that's what everyone says. Everyone's like, he's so big. Yeah, he has a huge head, and he's really strong too. I'm excited for his teeth to come in so we can be done with that. Okay, so now we finished cutting like the pavilion with the shape on the bottom there. Just because you can palm a basketball at 1 year old means nothing. You know, actually, I was thinking, I'm like, you know what? When he's finally old enough to kind of like, you know, play by himself, I was thinking of like just kind of building him like a small little bench in my shop and giving him a hammer and like just like some metal and just let him just sit there and pound it. You know, get him ready to be on the bench, right? Yes, the bench pressing baby. All right, where are we going now? The girdle. Here we go. So we just finished cutting the pavilion. Again, the pavilion is the bottom of the gemstone. We cut it to almost a point. I don't want to go all the way to a point because that's where all the color is, and we do have to drop down to our 600 grit, and then from there we're going to drop down to probably our 1200. Actually, no, my 1200's been scratching my sapphires, which is weird. So we'll probably drop down to 3000 after that. But where's my thing here? We gotta go to 12. Now we're gonna be cutting the girdle. The girdle of a gemstone, or a stone in general, is the midsection. And just like on a person, it is what gives it its shape. So we are going to be cutting out the shape of the rupee. Now, I am aiming for a 9x4 rupee. Also, when we cut it, we got to make sure that we have enough material, so when we cut the top of the stone, we have enough material to cut it. Put a wet washcloth in the freezer. Yeah, we actually been doing that, Jennifer. We've been doing that. One of these days, you gotta try to have the rind run through the table. Yes, I do have to try that. When I'm cutting one not for a commission. Then I will try it. Have you tried it yet, Sibis? You had a hammer toy as a toddler and ended up in jewelry. Solid way. Yes. Yes, earplugs. Good call, Bam. Okay, we're gonna go a little more on that. Again, so I'm not actually gonna cut this to 9mm in length yet, but we are gonna get pretty darn close, so we don't have to go very far. Is more work? Why is it more work? Dude, we also have a giant Alexandrite we gotta cut too. Just got that commission. And that one's kind of a rush. So I've got that all dopped up and ready to go. How far down am I grinding it? So right now I'm cutting it down right now, so I know I've got enough material on the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and grab this. My calipers, my trusty old calipers, right here. Hey guys! How's it going? I'm Caliper Dan. You know me from such places as Menards. or the Home Depot. The cloth is just rough enough to help the gums break. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and check here. Okay, so I'm at 10 millimeters, so I think I'm gonna keep it there. Actually, that's perfect. If we're going for 9, then we're doing 9 by 4. So now I got to do the sides here. So now we're gonna bring this in. I'm only gonna go a little bit until I get my 4. Much more than that. Well, because laughter is contagious. That is why. That is why, Jezebel. So we're sitting at 6.5. We still got a little ways to go here. Come on, water. Am I out of water? Oh gosh, I'm almost out of water. So I'm going to set this here. I'm going to bring this back. That should be a good amount. We're going to go ahead and turn it. A little more. I'm gonna have to go get more water for this thing. There we go. That looks nice. I like that. Good dimension. Okay, so now we gotta spin this out so all the water gets off. You see this? This is dry spot. All this is still wet, and we don't want anything to be moist when we're done, because that causes rust. Come on. Come on. And then we'll go get water. Just gotta wait. Just gotta wait for all the water to get off this. Man, oh man. Oh man, it's Memorial Weekend, isn't it? Memorial Day's on Monday. Oh, anyone do anything fun? I'm gonna do yard work, and I am choosing not to work. All right, I gotta go get more water for my water reservoir. Go ahead and stare at that for a little bit. Here, I'll put more up here that's a little more interesting. Oh my goodness. This thing is just a freaking roly-poly. There you go, guys. I'll be right back. All right. Oh, all right, I'm ready to go. Ready to go. Go from wet to dry. Akira, I hear that a lot. Hey, it's interesting seeing her laugh go from wet to dry. Oh my god. Sorry, PG-13 here. You had a holiday on Monday in Canada, Victoria Day. You don't get next Monday off? That's alright. It's alright, Gem Doctor. Well, Gem Doctor, I thought you were retired anyway. Man, I don't know if I'll ever retire. Just because I love what I'm doing so much. You know, but I'm sure after maybe 50 years of doing this, I'll just be like, I am done. I'm ready to just be a delegator. Yeah, I'm in Minnesota. Land of the cold air and lots of delicious bagels. Okay, so we're going to take this down a little bit here. Now we're down to a 600 grit. Actually, before 600, we should probably do 260. Let's see how 600 goes. Let's just see how it goes. We might be alright. Montreal makes the best bagels? Hold on. I don't know. I mean, I've only been to Canada once. And that was for a layover flight. Pizza too? Oh, whatever. Get out of here. Actually, what does Minnesota do well? We make a lot of beer. There's like a ton of independent breweries in Minnesota for beer. And we're actually really artsy here in Minnesota. Like music, we have a huge music scene in Minnesota. I know that. We have like, in Minneapolis, there's like a whole district devoted to like art. And like people that do art. They all just kind of, I don't know, chose to live in that area, if that makes sense. We have an art institute. Yeah, we might want to use a 260 on this. I don't know if this is going to cut quick enough. It'll be easier to get the 260 out than... Oh, no, it seems to be cutting alright. Again, sapphire is so hard that it takes a while to cut. Minnesota, yes. What's up, Sapphire? How are you doing? Yes, we do have Fantasy Flight. I actually, I frequent their... Okay, they had an event center, actually, that's attached to their headquarters, and I would frequent there often, but they sold it. And, I mean, it's the same event center, it's just not as well staffed, let's put it that way. Because their name's not attached to it anymore. Stop! Why do these sapphires keep trying to come over this way? Oh, okay, that's not looking bad. That's not looking too bad. Too bad. So let's just keep going. We're only taking a little bit off, so this won't really affect the size. But the edges of the stone are jagged, so we gotta get those jagged spots off of there. And the last sapphire I cut for this commission, I don't know what happened, but I took it out of the acetone and the tip was chipped. So I talked to the commissioner and I said, you have two options. I charge you half price and I can hide the chip in the jewelry, or You can pay full price, wait a few months, and I'll get you another one cut, and you can have the chipped one. So they opted for that route. So I'm wondering if when I put it in the acetone, if maybe I dropped it in there and it hit it and chipped the very tip of it, which is very disappointing. Where's the best pizza in Montreal? Cuddling the baby, yeah! Yeah, my acetone's in a glass jar. I'm paranoid that it's going to eat through any plastic I put it in. I need to get a pill bottle? Alright. Yeah, how old's your baby, Saphira? Now we're going to compare babies, okay? Well, my baby has 236 hairs on his head. Not counting the nose. So again, these first cuts often take the longest because we have large surface areas that we are cutting. And it's also a sapphire, so it does take a little bit to cut. Couple weeks younger than mine. Oh, is yours sleeping through the night yet? Mine is waking up. Let's see, Sebastian's waking up on average 2 times a night, 1 to 2 times a night, and it's almost at the exact same times. It's like somewhere between 1:30 and 3 o'clock, and then at like 4 to 6 o'clock, somewhere in there. And it wouldn't be so bad, but I work evenings because I watch him during the day while Sandy works. And then I go to work once she gets home. So I work evenings like I'm doing right now. And so it's not so bad, except for I don't get to bed till like 11 or midnight, and then he wakes up at 1 and then wakes up again, so I get like 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night. Oh, it's rough, man. Oh, that's nice. That's nice, dude. Yeah, his first... So normally when he goes down, his first sleep is between, 5 and 6 hours. And then his second one is like 3 to 4 hours. So yeah, I'd say, he's about the same. I cannot wait for Sebastian to start sleeping through the night. Oh my god, guys. Sandy actually told me, she's like, well, Ryan, Saturday night, I can watch him all night, so you can put your earplugs in and just sleep. And I'm like, I'm taking a Benadryl. Gonna take that Benadryl and I'm gonna sleep all night. Actually, Sunday, we're having someone watch him so we can have a date night. We're gonna go see the new Downton Abbey movie. No spoilers. I'm very excited because I'm a big Downton Abbey fan. Very, very excited. So we're gonna go to dinner and a movie, and then come home and put him to bed. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And then Monday, because I'm not working Monday, will be another family day. And we're going to do some yard work and probably just enjoy hanging out. Because now that Sandy's back at work, we don't really have much time to spend together, you know? Yeah, taking a Benadryl. Dude, when I take a Benadryl, I am out. I also have the craziest dreams on Benadryl. It's weird. But yeah, I tend to have bad allergies, especially like this time of year. I've got really bad allergies, so I have a lot of like phlegm. So when I take the Benadryl, it just dries me out, and it's great. I can sleep so peacefully. Makes you hyper. That is odd. I mean, if I really want to go crazy, I take 2 Benadryl. But then, see, but also it's kind of weird because I need to, like, when I take a Benadryl, I have to take it literally an hour before I actually go to bed, because that's how long it takes for it to like register in my system. I don't know. Okay, so again, we're taking off like a millimeter. So 0.5 millimeter from each side here to get it to be 9 millimeters. This is also a very awkward angle, so if I push too hard back here, it'll actually come off the dop here. So I gotta be very careful with where I put the pressure on the stone. But also I gotta make sure that I'm pushing down on the stone, otherwise it will not facet, especially because it's sapphire. I guess I'm also a large human, so it takes time to go through my system and get in there. I also found though that if I can power through like that first hour of drowsiness from Benadryl, then I'm no longer drowsy from it. But if I give into it, I'm out for good. Out for good, man. I think I've got a lot of water going on this wheel. I don't need that much. I guess I should tell you all what we're doing here. We are faceting a sapphire into a Legend of Zelda rupee. And this is going to be going into a pendant. And this is actually a graduation gift that a mother bought her daughter, because her daughter's a big Legend of Zelda fan. Yeah, best mom ever. I feel really bad that they've had to wait though for this, because I made a silly mistake and accidentally chipped their stone. Ugh. Can't believe I did that. But they were really understanding, and especially because, like, right when I finished it, we were gonna have Sebastian like that week or the week after, and so I'm like, I'm really sorry to do this, but I'm not even gonna be able to get to this until my kid's 3 months old. And they were super understanding, so I'm really grateful for that. Again, what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to cut the facet down to the same depth as the other one, so then it is all even. And I have a little gauge here that kind of tells me depth of the stone. So I'm just cutting them down, both down to the same thing. Now this side's taking a lot longer than the other side, probably because it's like with wood, where I'm going against the grain of the crystal structure, so it likes to be a little tough. A little tough. Better go. It's a pleasure chatting. Learned a lot. I'll be back for sure. Sweet dreams. Thanks, Jennifer. And again, Jennifer, feel free to hit me up on my website about that ring you're looking for, dude. Would love to work with you. Thank you so much for all the questions and for hanging out and for the support, the cheering, and all that. Thank you so much. And I look forward to getting to know you. Yeah. Have a good night. I actually am not a fan of cutting sapphires simply because they take so long to cut. My favorite stones to cut are tourmaline, peridot, and probably garnet. Those are my favorite stones because peridot, number one, polishes up so nice and is actually an incredibly beautiful stone. A lot of people don't like peridot, but the more I work with it, the more I just fall in love with it. Turn your speed up. My speed's all the way up, bro. It takes forever. I think I need a new 600 grit lap is what I need. But yeah, sapphire just takes forever. Fast Trunks max out at 950 RPMs. Yeah, well, I'm currently going 950 RPMs right now. Alright? This is literally like the worst part of fasting, when it feels like you're not cutting anything. When it's just you're not cutting anything. Both stones being started. Well, the other one is I gotta like go through and scrub my laps. I just scrub them so that there's no trace anything on them, and then come back and go at it. And then I think we'll be fine. Whew. Was my last stone quartz? Yes. Yes, it was. Why, did that gunk up my wheel? Is that what's going on? Yeah, the last one I was cutting was an amethyst. Do I need to go at this thing with a toothbrush? Actually, okay, I've got a question. Should I be using like a toothbrush and what do you call it? Like soapy water, or should I be going at this with like one of those like brass brushes? You know what I mean? Or will that take off the diamond that's adhered to it? Quartz is very junky. Oh, okay. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, when I scrub it, or should I use like one of those green scrubbies? What are those, Brillos? Like one of those green Brillo pads? I don't know. What's the best way to clean my cutting laps? I don't need help cleaning my my polishing laps, just my cutting laps. I should just get a set of laps that are specifically only for quartz. And don't use them for anything else except quartz. And that's all I cut on them. It'd be great. Everything, I'll just say, that's just my quartz pile. Oh, I will click that right now. Oh, you just use Comet? Oh yeah, for the smelly laps. Good thing it deodorizes. Don't. But what do you do to scrub it? Do you do anything? Like, what do you use to scrub? You just have to wash the lap like 5 times? Oh, that's it? So do you like let it soak? M3 green, so like one of these? One of these right here? One of these bad boys? Or is that supposed to be a 3M green scrubby instead of M3? I'm surprised I never asked that before. I've just been using like Dawn dish soap and a toothbrush. And hot water. Whew. You scrub the Comet in really good, then scrub it with water until all the Comet's gone, then rub your hand over it with water for like 5 minutes. So what's the green scrubby? Like the one I showed you? I guess that makes sense. That's not too abrasive. Okay. I guess I'm making a Target run tomorrow. Go and get some Comet. Do you let the Comet sit on there for a little bit? Or do you just like scrub it in and then go at it? Oh my gosh. This side is doing the same thing! Just cut already! You scrub it in for like 3 minutes? Okay. I guess I'll have to get a stopwatch too while I'm at Target. You know a guy who does the Comet scrub and then just runs the lap with soap, oh, without soap in the dishwasher. Oh, that's an idea too. You've had success polishing apatite with cerium oxide on a tin lap. Also, aluminum oxide is popular, but you haven't tried it. Okay, I'll try the cerium oxide on the tin lap. Thanks, man. Thank you very much, Gem Doctor. There we go. Woo! Now we gotta do... Oh wait, I think I already did that. Yeah! Alright, girdle is cut with 600. Oh my goodness. Now we're gonna drop down to 39.55. Guys, I get my new car in August. I am so excited. It begins production in July, like beginning of July. I'm literally getting a car right out of the factory because that's all that's available. I'm very excited about that. What's up, Control? How are you doing? Thanks for joining. Okay, we don't want to go very deep on this, but we're gonna have to go like maybe that deep. There we go. Tonight we are faceting a sapphire into a Legend of Zelda rupee. I have to avoid this red mark, otherwise it will chip the stone because I have a little gouge in my wheel. Just a little gouge. Make sure it's the scratch-free comment. Oh, okay. I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking. Scratch-free comment. Got it. Thank you. Okay, we might have to take off a little more. We're not at the point yet. Oh wait, do we? Hold on, let me think here. Yeah, we do. Scratch-free comment. That's smart. What will the scratch comment do? What is that a thing? Buy comment. It will scratch your sink. Like, is that really a thing? That's interesting. I prefer this comment because it leaves really cool textures. It has abrasive added. Will that take off the diamonds? Interesting. Interesting. Alright guys, we might... I'm debating if we drop back to the 260 to get this down to closer to a point. I don't think so. I think this is cutting quick enough. As is. Oh, I just want to finish this. I want to finish getting the 600 done here, so we can. Hold on. Oh no. My so my partner, my business partner, he has a teenage boy. Actually, he might be in his early 20s. Mid-20s? I don't know. But he has crashed so many cars. And he just texted me and said he totaled his car. Oh, no. He's like, my boy just totaled my car. Oh, no. Well, I guess he's getting a new car, too. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, I have my best friend actually gets into so many car accidents, and I don't know how that's even possible. I don't. Like, he's not a bad driver, and he pays attention. I don't. I've been in, like, I can count on one hand how many car accidents I've been in. And... yeah, I don't know. It's not, and it's not other people's faults. Is the thing too. It's weird. You don't envy his insurance. I think his kid's on his own insurance, but yeah, I guess so. Man. But yeah, my this new car I'm getting the Chevrolet Bolt because that's the most affordable full electric car that I could find. And it's got, like, I went and test drove it. Oh, that's crazy, Akira. I'm glad you guys are okay. But the car, so when I went to test drive it, the car has regenerative braking, except for it's got what's called one pedal drive mode. And so when you let off the gas, depending on how quickly you let off the gas, the regenerative brakes kick in and slow you down. And it's better to slow down gradually and get a charge over time, as opposed to one big jolt of a charge from them by just like letting off, and then you're basically, that's like slamming on your brakes, right? So you don't use your brakes is the thing. Your brake pads are completely separate from these regenerative brakes. And all you do is let off the gas, like slowly, and then you can feel it. It's almost like you're downshifting in a manual car. So it's really, really interesting. And I'm really excited to master it. Because, like, I love driving a manual. My car currently is a manual. I've driven a manual since I was 19. Since I was 19. My first manual was a what, 1996 Chevrolet Camaro. So that's actually the car. I bought it without knowing how to drive it, and then I learned. But yeah, so I love that feeling of being able to downshift, especially in winter in Minnesota. If you're on ice and stuff and you're not getting any traction, being able to slow your car down by downshifting, and letting the engine brake you essentially is huge. So I'm hoping I'll be able to kind of figure that out with the regenerative brakes. But yeah, it was really interesting. Also in like, so I'm getting a, what is it, 2022 Bolt. And also like the whole center console is like a, let me make sure I'm doing this right here. The whole center console is like a touch screen, which I'm excited for. I've never had a really high-tech car, so it'll be really cool. And Sandy's got a SUV that's like full gas. So if we ever do want to go somewhere like on a long drive, we can just jump in that. But for like, because I do a lot of driving around the cities, you know, going to jewelry stores and all that stuff. So I want to be able to not be spending all the money on gas. And actually, Sandy was telling me her coworker's dad has a full electric car, and he said that his electric bill has only gone up about $20 a month. You skidded on 94 last January for probably 50 to 60 yards, started to go sideways. Oh man, that's insane. Ugh, ugh. Yeah, I will miss my my manual, but you know, it'll be good. It'll be good. Yeah, only 20 bucks a month, right? For charging up your car. Granted, I don't know how much he drives. Mine, I'm guessing, might go up like $100. That's what I'm guessing. Because it'll go up probably $100, which isn't bad, especially with the way gas is going. And also, like, I'm trying to minimize my footprint as much as I can, you know. Like all my lawn mower or yard stuff is all electric. Which, by the way, I have Ego, EGO. The Ego stuff is amazing. Like, it cuts through that grass, no problem. I have the Ego snowblower in Minnesota. It goes through it just fine. They actually just came out with a dual stage snowblower, which I'm like, ooh, I kind of want that, but it's a little expensive. Not fun. All right, guys. Well, I think we're gonna call it here because what? We're hitting our 3-hour mark. I'm pretty tired. My kid did not nap at all today, which means I didn't get to nap. Let me show you where we're at on the rupee, all right? So remember, we're keeping that color right down there in the tip, in the Q-lit, as you call it, or as, well, everyone calls it. But here's what it looks like. Sorry for the hair. Forgot to shave it before I toss it on here. But yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah, it's looking good. So next we'll go over it with our 3000, just basically as like our pre-polish, and then from there we will actually do the final polish. So let's see, Monday I'm probably not going to be streaming because that's going to be family day. So we'll skip Monday's stream. Also, it's a holiday here. But how about I stream on Tuesday night? Yeah, sound good? So I'll be back Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central, and we'll be doing jewelry. All right, we'll be repairing some jewelry. And then next week on Friday, we'll be back here cutting more gemstones. All right, guys? Yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you enjoyed yourself, consider pressing that follow button. You can also, if you have any questions for me, as far as like repairs or gemstones, hop over to my website, check it out. Otherwise, you can always join our Discord. We are a very friendly, large community and would love to have some new faces around. We're very friendly. You know you work in the jewelry trade when you read an SPC entry and what pisses you off is the description because it's jewelry. Yeah, right? Oh, man. All right, let's go raid someone. Let's see who's streaming tonight. Let's go see Renus Leatherworks. Yeah, we're going to go watch some leather makers, all right? They're very friendly and a lot of fun to watch. So we're going to go hang out with them. Let's give them a big hello. Again, thank you so much for your support tonight. I really, really appreciate it. And for all the new faces, I look forward to getting to know you. And I'll see you on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central, at here at Twitch. Other than that, guys, be peaceful to one another. Try to use less plastic. Save the earth. I'll see you guys next week. Okay, bye.